Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Special beer tonight. You saw the title, you clicked on the video. We are checking out the 3rd anniversary IPA from Trillium Brewing in Boston and in Canton now. This is Dialed In, their double IPA, and look how amazing that label is. Shout out to rotary phones, by the way. We used to have a rotary phone, and kids these days just they'll never appreciate that struggle that we had. I used to live, our home phone number, I think it was like 985 it started with in Sacramento, and you would have to dial, like at my grandma's house, you dial, it's like, it's just, it took forever to dial a phone. Nowadays, kids just can be like, hey Siri, call my mom's house. Just will never appreciate the struggle. But yeah, 8.5% alcohol by volume, celebrating their 3rd anniversary. They opened up a new brewery in Canton, I think last year, and Dialed In is just kind of, I don't know a whole lot about this beer, but I think it's just about getting their operation dialed in the new place. I remember when they started brewing beers at the new brew pub, people had been, or they were like complaining that batches were off and different stuff was going on. But I think now, from what everyone's saying, their beer in Canton is killer. So they're brewing huge batches, huge batches. So yeah, this beer is brewed with Nelson, Galaxy, and Columbus. And on the label here, it says it's also brewed with Sauvignon Blanc grape juice. So I think they did that mid-fermentation, and then in the dry hop, they did Galaxy. I don't know if the Columbus was part of the bittering or what the deal was, but there is one other review of this beer on YouTube, and it was from my man, Nick from What Cheers. I have not watched his entire review yet. Once I learned I was gonna get a bottle of this, I didn't watch it just because I try and go into, you guys know that if you watch my videos, try and go into reviews blind. I don't like to be influenced one way or another if I can help it, so. Yeah, not much else to say. It's been a while since we reviewed a Trillium beer on this channel. I think the last one we did was in December, so it's been almost 4 months since we've put a Trillium video up. I have had some Trillium beer. I had some Trillium beer during the fights a couple weeks ago. Had a bunch of friends over and I was sharing those beers, so I didn't do videos of those, and I wasn't that upset about it. I mean, truth be told, I talked about it. I don't want beer reviewing on YouTube to become like a hassle. So some of these beers that I drink, shit, I can smell that already. I don't do videos of. If you guys follow me on, if we're friends on Untappd, or you follow me on Instagram, you'll see most of the beers I drink. A lot of them don't have videos made of them, but I will leave links to both of those below. There's like a little ring of, that's got to be yeast right underneath the cap. I wonder if the cap. No, a little bit of yeast. You get that with some Trillium beers, but yeah, anyways, so I've had Trillium beer recently and it was great. Just haven't reviewed one, so excited for this one. And it pours like classic Trillium. I'm not gonna go crazy on the pour with this, but that rotary phone though, I'm digging it. Yeah, it this almost looks turbid like a Hoof-Hearted beer, which is crazy. It is straight up like, it's super hazy, super turbid. It looks like pineapple juice. It actually looks a little bit lighter on camera with the lights out here, but it is approaching like that Hoof, just super crazy turbid look. There's about a, I don't know, finger of bright white head when we poured that. It's dissipated down to almost nothing now. 8.5%, there's alcohol legs when you swirl that, but yeah, it looks like it looks like an East Coast kind of a juice bomb. Not quite to like that gross level. It still has that kind of juicy look to it, but it's, I was talking to Eric about it. He's like, at what point is like turbid too turbid? I mean, we're getting to those points here. I think it's getting crazy with the way these beers look. It doesn't look like beer. If I brought this inside in a regular glass, there's not a fucking person on the planet that would say this is beer that didn't know what Trillium was. There's no way you'd guess that's a beer. So it is insane. A lot of times with Nelson, you get huge like white kind of grapey notes. It smelled like grapes when I opened that bottle. So let's go ahead and shove our nose in it. Yeah, so right up front, you're getting that Nelson grapey, grape skin, white wine kind of a thing. And like I said, there's grape juice that's in this. You're definitely getting that grapiness, but I am getting a ton of awesome, like galaxy fruity tropical fruit notes. It's like super dripping ripe, like peaches and pineapples. It's crazy tropical fruity. But it's also, yeah, that like white grape skin, white. If you've ever drank white wine, it's like that effervescent, like crisp, clean, like white grape sweetness. That's definitely there. But this is like, what? I think I just had a Hill Farmstead beer. Was it after it might have been Double Galaxy. This is like right now, it's crazy tropical fruity. Like I said, it's like that dripping peaches, dripping pineapples, overripe mangoes. It's crazy tropical fruits. But yeah, there's also like that yeasty kind of bubblegum estery thing that you get from Trillium beers. And like I said, there was like a yeast ring on the top of that bottle. I'm not getting really much Columbus. It's crazy overpowering tropical fruits and like that white kind of Nelson grape thing. This actually sort of, with a little bit, I mean, it's a little more tropical fruity, but if you guys ever had like the original Nelson from Alpine, which I miss so dearly, it sort of smelled like this. So yeah, it smells great. I'm gonna go ahead and check this out. I gotta thank Leo as always. By the way, the comments of Leo are starting to get out of control in these videos. Leo is not a person who's just sending me free beer, so please don't think that's the case. So we can just let's just forget about that. I almost want to stop thanking him like I thank him every time I get boxes from him. I almost want to stop thanking him in these videos because everyone's like, hey, Leo, if you watch this. I don't think he watches these videos, so we can just stop with the Leo comments. But yeah, thanks so much for sending this, buddy. Happy 3rd anniversary to Trillium, and cheers to all of you guys for watching. Wow. That is much, okay, so this is gonna sound weird. It's much more mellow on the palate, but it's so explosively tropical and crazy juicy smelling that all those flavors are there. It's just, it's dialed down a little bit on the palate. Still, this is crazy. For me though, I'm definitely getting more of the Galaxy hops, I think. It is just a tropical fruit, this bottle in particular. It's a tropical fruit juice bomb right now. Like I said, it's overripe pineapples, it's peaches, it's mangoes. Middle of the mouth, you get a nice little pop of bitterness, and then that Nelson's there, and it's like that white, winey grape skin thing. There's a little bit of like a yeasty kind of a, I don't know how to describe that. It's not bitter, but it tastes, it's almost like kind of a bitterness that you get with Trillium beers. And I think it's just that yeasty kind of, think of drinking like a really funky saison. You get saison, sorry. You get like that yeasty estery kind of like, it's, I really don't know how to describe it. It's like a bitterness sort of. It's like a, I don't know. Wow, I just realized I do not know how to describe that taste, that like yeasty taste. Is it like when you bite into like really fresh, like warm, like French bread or sourdough bread, you get like that bready kind of like, not, I don't know if it's dough. I don't know what it is. I can't describe it. I just realized I fucking fail at that descriptor. It's yeasty. But it is. It doesn't taste like beer. It's juice. It's tropical fruit juice mixed with like white wine. That'd be the best way for me to describe this. Think of taking a glass of like fresh squeezed juice and taking a bottle of white wine like as a mixer and like making a little concoction of that. And that's what it tastes like. It's incredible. This is ridiculously juicy, super, super easy drinking for 8.5%. You're not smelling alcohol. You don't taste it. It finishes dry. It's not like that crushingly bone dry finish, but definitely is dry. A nice lingering bitterness on your palate makes you just want to keep sipping on it. So it's ridiculously drinkable for near 9%. But yeah, it finishes with that dry kind of white wine, like vinous kind of white grape thing. After all that crazy like galaxy fruit, like the overripeness of the fruit is crazy in this beer. It is insanely overripe. Like I said, pineapples, peaches, mangoes. That yeasty kind of bitterness is almost reminding me of like grapefruit zest, lemon peel, like that kind of citrus peel, which is awesome. But it's super balanced. It's not, like I said, it's explosively juicy on the nose, but it's not like a crazy juice bomb, like just influx of like tropical fruit juice. You get that balance with the bitterness, with like that grapefruit kind of rind lemon peel thing, and like the vinous kind of white grape skin thing that you get from like white wine that you get from Nelson hops. So this is a killer beer. I don't know if it's my favorite Trillium beer. I still really liked Congress Street. I loved Uppercase, Archaic. All those beers are awesome. But this is definitely worthy of them calling it their 3rd anniversary. I mean, this beer is phenomenal. Really just an amazing double IPA. So as far as the grade goes, I don't think this is, usually I'm like, it's like predetermined in my head, like Trillium is just like these crazy over the top, just insta hundreds. I don't think this is 100 for me. It's really good though. I'm gonna go 98 with this one. Awesome stuff. Insanely drinkable for the ABV. Definitely worth getting your hands on. I think they still have bottles in Boston, so if you have any contacts out there, trade for it. It's definitely worth trading for. So yeah, not much else to be said. I am going to enjoy the rest of this. Sorry for a long video. I just kind of rambled a little bit about Trillium, and this beer was awesome. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you've had dialed in, let me know what you think. Leave a comment. And if you like these videos, give them a thumbs up. Why not? It helps spread the word. Let's talk some more craft beer on this channel. So I'm out here, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse, so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.